Last year, I interviewed the winner of the SIMA scholarship, Jacob Peffer. He's only 23, and in the last year, he's massively grown his business. So you've got to find out what he's up to in today's episode of The Landscaper's Guide.
So I have 3 crews going out right now, and I'm actually completely out of the field, and I'm completely doing sales and all the admin stuff. I'd like to get to $1 million next year, and then hopefully at that point I'm in a weird position now where I don't know if I should hire an operations manager and a salesman.
It is rewarding to grow a team and have people working with you. I would focus on hiring a number 2 person in order to focus on those revenue generating things like sales or marketing or hiring people and things. You've got to have somebody who's dialed in on the operations to make sure quality is high.
Onboarding starts before the first interview. Like, it starts from your brand recognition to when they are just looking at, thinking about like going to you and applying for a job.
All right, we're here at the Ramblin' Jackson booth with Jacob Peffer, who was on our podcast last year. We met on the bus at the SIMA Symposium in Hartford, Connecticut. You won, what was the name of the scholarship from SIMA?
It's the Steiman Scholarship.
Okay, cool. So you were, I think, one of 2 winners of that?
Yep.
And it's so cool. So I'm just curious, tell us, for people who didn't hear that episode, tell us just a quick recap of what is your business and what do you do?
Yeah, we're a landscape management company. We do snow and maintenance and residential and commercial properties. And I started out 2.5 years ago, and a mentor of mine told me to apply for the scholarship, and I won it, so we came here. And the first year we did 13,000 in snow, and last year after the SIMA Symposium we did 65,000.
So you tripled your sales.
More than that, quadrupled it. Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
That is, yeah, you're right. That is a quadrupling. I got to drink some more coffee here before the podcast. Get my math up. Okay, cool. So you quadrupled your snow sales in a year. Like, how was that? Was that a good thing? Was it hard?
It was insanely stressful managing all of those different sites and knowing when we should go out and the trigger depths, and especially getting employees trained on actually doing it. It was extremely stressful, but we got through it.
It sounds really stressful. So you came on my podcast and you were debating whether to buy your second truck at that time.
Oh yeah.
So
wow.
did you end up doing that?
So we actually have 2 brand new trucks, and I also have a car. So I have 3 crews going out right now, and I'm actually completely out of the field, and I'm completely doing sales and all the admin stuff.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah.
And so you're only in your 3rd year?
Yeah, October 10th will be 3 years.
Wow, Jacob, that's incredible growth, and that you're already focusing on that part of the business, and you've got your crews going. What were some of the things that you learned either from mentors, from SIMA, or from the symposium last year that you implemented? What were some of the things that maybe helped you along the way?
Definitely processes and systems. We transitioned into Aspire, so that was a huge thing for us with me estimating properly and scheduling everything correctly and having the guys, it helps a lot with the process of actually getting the work done. So that was probably the biggest thing that has helped me scale the business, for sure.
That's amazing. So where are you headed in the future? So you're 3 years in, and you've got these people working for you, you've grown, you've got these systems, you've got the software. Like, where is the business heading in a few years from now?
I'd like to get to $1 million next year, and then hopefully at that point I'm in a weird position now where I don't know if I should hire an operations manager and a salesman currently, or if I should wait until next year, but I would like to get to $5-10 million in the next 5 years.
5 to 10 million?
Yeah.
In the next 5 years?
Yeah.
That's
I can get it done.
Let's do it.
It's
So
ambitious.
so what I'm just curious, what do you think life would be like if you did that?
Stressful. There'd be a lot of trust in other people for sure.
Yes, there'd be a lot of people that you'd have. There'd be a lot of customers.
A lot of money would be getting spent as well. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that you're aware of that and thinking about that. But what would be good about it? Like, why do you want to get to 5 to 10 million?
I didn't want to be able to touch a lot of people with the services that we're doing, and actually be able to give people my age in particular an opportunity to actually grow a career in the landscape business.
I think your age is interesting. How old are you?
23,
So you're 23. You started the company when you were 20
21.
or
Yes.
21.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And I started my company when I was 23 also, and I'm 38 now, so 15 years in. And some of the things that you're talking about, like I have a lot of people, some of them are here working in my booth, and it is rewarding to grow a team and have people working with you. And it is stressful, and there is a lot of money involved. It's a lot of expenses,
I'm
but
so small, and I already see that it's like it's just taking so much money and money and money. It's all it is, but it's getting there. So
cool. Do you have any questions for me?
yeah, at my stage right now where I'm trying to get out of certain things and handing them off to people, what do you think I should primarily be focusing on now?
I would focus on hiring a number two person. Who does number two work for? And the reason I say that is I think as you grow, in order to focus on those revenue generating things like sales or marketing or hiring people and things, you've got to have somebody who's dialed in on the operations to make sure quality is high. And to me, that's a key thing that a director of operations or a operations manager or whatever would do, and they can help you build out those processes. And a challenge that I see in a lot of companies, including big companies that are like $3 to $5 million, is they don't have a really strong number two person. And that creates a lot more stress for the owner and founder. Yeah. So do you have somebody that's in that number two spot, or maybe could evolve into it?
I would like to, but again, it's always a trust thing because you're literally handing off something that you care about so much to somebody else that has to handle it.
I totally understand that. I have felt the same way, and some of the things that have helped me with the trust is having a scorecard and having the certain numbers and things that I measure and ways of verifying like what's being done. Was it done on time?
Yeah.
And that number two person can help you create with you those checklists and things, so that way when you're delegating it to them, you're delegating it in the Jacob way.
Yeah.
And so that to me I think is like there's a way that you do things that has made you successful. And then figuring out, well, what is my way of doing things that I can teach somebody else to do and have a measurement in place to get it done.
Now, what do you do when they don't hit those metrics?
Well, I think part of it is is it a coaching opportunity? Is it a management opportunity? Is it did I hire the right person? So I think there's one of my business coaches, Wayne, is actually here, and he taught me something: show me, tell me, let me try, let me try again, right? So you got to show people, you got to tell them, and then having those systems in place to teach them how to do it, and then you got to let them go do it, and you got to let them screw up, and have them reflect on it with you of like, hey, how did this go? Oh, I realized I skipped step 3 in the process, and okay, how would you do it again next time? Oh, I'm going to do step 3.
So and then you kind of have to swallow it.
I think so, and then you got to praise what's good. Yeah. And so that's one of the things that I just did a talk on recruiting and retention last week, and part of my culture is praising good stuff in our scorecard. So we have a scorecard, and it's like acknowledging good work, like, hey, guys, we launched this website on time. Yeah. And hey, look, we've launched actually all of them on time. And good news, and I literally ring a bell in the meeting, and I have prizes, and I have games, and like I found a way to make it fun. Yeah. So that way I'm putting a lot of good stuff. I think I'm doing this, Jacob, right? So this is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to put lots of positive deposits in the bank account, so that way when I need to have a conversation of like, hey, what I'm really needing is this, or like maybe I need to have a tougher conversation, those aren't the only conversations I'm having, because now I'm in a deficit. It's all negative. But if there's like one, and when you acknowledge what's good, people keep doing it. Yeah. So that's I know that's kind of a vague idea, but what were some of the things that you're concerned about that as you grow, you want to make sure the quality stays high?
Yeah, I guess the way we actually install mulch or prune bushes, mow the grass, how we're properly transporting the equipment to sites and stuff. I guess those little minute details would be the worry for me to hand off to somebody else.
Could you write down on a piece of paper like a bulleted list of how to install mulch?
Yeah, I could. Yeah.
Okay, so I would literally make a bullet point outline of like the things, and if possible, make it something that you could grade.
Okay.
And then I would make a video showing people how to do it. And the beauty of video, like I have camera equipment and stuff, but you could use your phone. You could, I mean, like just get it done. And the beauty of videos, you could make a private YouTube channel. Eventually you could have a learning management system and like all this stuff, but like you could make a YouTube playlist of the checklist. And that way when you hire somebody in peak springtime and you're replacing them and they're getting ready to go do mulching, like, hey dude, I need you to watch this video.
Yeah.
We're gonna review this tomorrow in person. And I want you to text me a video tour of your mulch installation after the project, kind of thing. So those are just some ideas, but I think you're on track, and I think it's a fair fear. I have the same fear when I grow of like, what if they don't do a good job, and what if all my customers are angry at me? What I found is having those systems, and in particular video, is the best thing I've found, because the video doesn't get sick. The video doesn't get busy when you're busy. Like it's just part of onboarding. Do you have any video onboarding currently?
No, I don't have anything. So I went to the pre-con, and that was all about hiring and retention. So it was really good for me to like sit in on that and learn a lot from all the people. So
what were some of the takeaways from that one?
Just like how to retain the employees, treating them good, doing small things for them. Particularly onboarding starts before the first interview. Like it starts from your brand recognition to when they are just thinking about like going to you and applying for a job. So really the first impressions that lead up to that point where you actually interview them, and then having matrix in place throughout once they get hired that keep them on track to be trained fast enough. So
yeah, I like that.
It was knowledgeable.
Cool. Well, Jacob, thanks so much for coming back on the show. It's amazing to see what you've done in just a year.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see you in 5 years or next year or whatever, and keep checking in with you. Where can people connect with you? I think you're active on Instagram, right?
Yeah, my Instagram is just Jacob Peffer, or my Instagram for my business is Greener Concepts LCS.
Cool. Well, we'll put links to that in the show notes, and thanks for coming on The Landscaper's Guide.
All right, thank you.
If you enjoyed today's conversation, make sure you like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel for weekly updates to help you grow your snow and landscape company. My name's Jack Jostes, and click the link at the end of this video for the next one.